So we're set to go for the third quarter. Seminoles have dominated 19-3. And Mike Gottfried, there's one stat that just jumps out and kind of grabs you. 12 attempts as far as rushes for a total of 5 yards in the first half for Virginia. That to me is what's been the difference in the ball game.
Yeah, I think Al Groh will come out in the second half and throw the football, but still run it, but base it on throwing the ball.
So it is going to be Virginia getting the ball to open the second half, and maybe they can get that offense going and do just what Mike is talking about to try to get more points, as they were able to get the field goal right in the closing moments of that first half of play. Well, this kick right here is going to go so deep in the end zone, they're not going to have a return. Tonight's game track is brought to you by Pioneer. Sexton, great first half, 179 yards passing and a touchdown. The defense of the Seminoles simply dominating.
Bad as that first half was, still only down 2 scores.
So let's see if the Seminoles can get something going here. They have not only been competitive, but they have beaten 5 straight opponents to open the year. To date, they have not been able to get it going, and that pass right there to Pierman, unable to hold on. So Virginia on offense tonight, take a look at these numbers.
It's what you talked about. They can't run the ball against this FSU defense. 3 points, 5 yards.
161 yards is what they have tonight. They normally average almost 500 per ball game.
275 running the football.
Yeah. Well, if anybody can get it squared away, Al has got a great start going at Virginia. And I'm sure they talk about myriad of things at halftime that they're going to try to make changes with. Good job by the offensive line this time. Higgins going to run out of the pocket and turn it up the field. As you can see, it's a gain of 11 yards and enough for the first down.
Here's who's Virginia's played. Temple was the one away game at Philadelphia, but this is a different house here. Crowd's a factor. North Carolina, Akron, a passing team. Syracuse and Clemson. Virginia's, they've beaten some good football teams here, but nothing like Florida State.
First down for the Cavaliers as they move the sticks. They've got it at the 31. Wally Lunde gets the handoff, and he'll take it right up the middle and fights his way forward. That's going to be a gain of about 5.5 yards in the play. A.J. Nicholson with his second straight tackle in this second half.
Good mix right here in the play calling. You got a pass off the bat. Hagan scrambles, draw play to Lundy, keep Florida State off balance.
Zach Yarbrough, number 75, comes out over the football. He is a Floridian out of Winter Park. Seminole crowd trying to bring some encouragement to that defense to step up again. Higgins right up in the middle, got that one complete to McGrew, and McGrew tackled hard out of bounds. It was McFadden who got him in a neck hold and knocked him down after a gain of 13.
What Virginia's doing right now is just like Florida State, taking the underneath throws. They're there. McGrew comes across the middle as a wide receiver, makes the catch. Be patient.
Well, they are, and they've got a good thing going right now. It started back at the 20-yard line. Haven't even played a minute and a half in the second half, and they're already at midfield. Higgins sprints this one out. Sets to throw, and the ball is tipped and intercepted by Florida State. That's Leroy Smith. Jerome Carter, I beg your pardon. Jerome Carter, 23 rather than 32. And Higgins gets terribly unfortunate on that one. Threw it a little bit low. Somebody got a hand on it. Then it turns into the tip drill.
Yeah, good drive again, but you give up the interception. We talked about off the start of the telecast, they usually don't turn the ball over.
Mike, it was Travis Johnson, who we've talked so much about, who got his hands up and tipped that ball. Well, you think he's not pumped tonight? And he was that way yesterday afternoon when we were talking to him. He was already pumped. Booker. Lorenzo backtracking, cutting back across the grain. He's going to wind up with a gain of 16 yards on the play.
You talk about Travis Johnson as we watch Booker make a good move here. Travis Johnson from California could have gone to UCLA or USC, but chose to come here because Bobby Bowden said you're going to start third team, work your way up. Everybody else was telling me he would be a starter.
And he said, I really respected that. And it's another reason that I came here. Booker hit in the backfield, still churning those legs. He's going to get about 3 yards in the play. Ahmad Brooks there to make the tackle. Hoffman is the man that hit him first, and then Brooks came in to finish him off. As you look at Carter, who came up with the turnover, and we mentioned that, you know, Virginia, you can see the numbers right there. Only 3 turnovers on the year, 2 interceptions now, and only 1 fumble.
The other side, Florida State taking care of the football.
Brooks we have for 9 tackles, and we're just beginning the third quarter. Booker, first down and more. Hoffman again making the stop. Also, Marcus Weeks was there to help out. That's going to be a gain of 10.
Good block by Alex Barron, left tackle. Florida State running at will here in this series.
Well, Wyatt Sexton has really settled in. Swings this pass out. That's Booker. Turns the corner. Gets what he can, and he will be spotted out of bounds around the 22, the 23-yard line. And there's a marker down at the 30. And that's Andrew Hoffman, who is down. It's going to be holding against Florida State. And as they attend to Hoffman, one other note on Wyatt Sexton. Well, here comes the call right here.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, previous spot, repeat the down.
Here's how Andrew Hoffman got hurt. You see him get hit low by Castilla, the center.
So Castillo threw the block. It was behind the play, but still play was going on. But the penalty now moves it back to the 38-yard line. Keenan Carter has come into the ballgame, replacing Andrew Hoffman. Got that pass right between the numbers. It'll be first down, Florida State at the 13-yard line. Good for 24 yards to Reed.
Difference in the game tonight. Wyatt Sexton. When he throws the ball downfield, he's got it on a rope to Willie Reed. Takes what the defense gives him. Very small window to get that ball into Willie Reed.
Well, one of the things that Coach Bowden said on Thursday afternoon at the practice field, this kid gives us an opportunity with a pass that is so catchable. Now, that one he put just on a line. He threw it very hard, but he also knows how to drop the ball in and make it very catchable with a little bit of an arc on it. Parham comes up to make the tackle right there on Leroy Washington. And Florida State can take a giant step to turning this one into a blowout if they score in this possession right here.
talked about Wyatt Sexton is Billy Sexton calling the plays. Teammates believe in him.
Well, they seem to be having a good time with him because he spreads the ball around. He is Mr. Free and Easy. And in fact, in his first ball game, he was imitating coaches in the huddle. There's Leroy Washington back into the boundary, tries to turn the corner, but a good job defensively by Weeks to make the stop. Under 11 minutes to play, third quarter, and Leroy looks as though he may have injured an arm or a shoulder. You can see him not moving that right arm very freely, and will come straight off the field and check with Randy Orvitz, the trainer for the Florida State Seminoles. Boy, rushing yardage, Virginia now at 22, Florida State 98. This time from an eye set. He tried to set up a screen. Virginia figured this one out. He runs out of bounds and then is knocked out of bounds. Florida State fans wanted a flag. They thought he was hit out of bounds by Keenan Carter, but no marker was thrown.
Good defense again by Virginia. They saw the screen, covered the receiver. Wyatt Sexton had to run the football.
Bethia comes on to attempt this field goal. They'll place it down at the 22-yard line, so we'll call it a 32-yard attempt. Good look at it right here, and boy, he got that one right down the middle. Hit the upright on the first one he kicked tonight, but he's been perfect ever since. 22-3 our new score. Let's take a break.
Introducing the new SLK 350. See it in 360 degrees yourself at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
I guess if I had to kick someone off the lifeboat, I'd kick Walker off.
Agreed.
Why me?
Why not? What?
They tested the sprinklers on 14 and flooded the records room.
What about the audits?
We're dead.
Financials.
No, we're not.
We're not.
Last month, every important document we have was scanned into a secure database we can access from anywhere.
Okay,
So it means I can stay, right?
You know, Bugsy, in our line of work, I'm glad we have that insurance. What insurance, Doc? Nope, that's not it. The one that pays you cash if you get hurt and can't work. And Dad's, it's right on the tip of my bill. Flapjack?
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Titink, I knew the name all along.
It's so fresh, exciting. It's so exciting to me.
Announcing another fresh idea from Papa John's. Our new spicy Italian pizza, loaded with pepperoni and double the Italian sausage, seasoned with a special blend of garlic and spices. Oh yeah! Now, when you buy a large spicy Italian pizza for $13.99, you get a DVD movie.
Taste the difference. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
So we are back 22-3. Florida State's lead is extended with the field goal. As you look at the young quarterback,
Very calm.
I tell you he is, and it was a dangerous play. He got hit as he was going out of bounds, almost a chop in the back of his leg. He limped a little bit, but he came over, and as you can see, he's not being attended to by the training staff. So Bethia prepares to kick it off. Marcus Weeks and Michael Johnson, the two deep men. Very high, but it's going to be returnable from the one, and the ball is fumbled by Weeks, and he'll go down on one knee. Well, tomorrow night, Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss, and the Minnesota Vikings face Aaron Brooks, Joe Horn, and the New Orleans Saints. The Vikings Saints also available in high definition on ESPN HD. Coverage begins with NFL Primetime presented by Miller Lite at 7:30 Eastern.
Florida State is making Virginia go the long road. Bad field position.
Well, you're right, Mike. They have not really had that comfortable situation on the field as far as positions to get started. And here's just another example of it. They got to take it 80 yards if they're going to put it in the end zone here. Michael Johnson comes in at tailback, number 2. But Hay gets right over the middle, gets it to his tight end Miller, and Heath is going to take the ball out to around the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 17.
Al Groh talked about Heath Miller has a knack, sense to get open. He really does. He's a very good tight end, good hands.
Michael Johnson, Mike, they bring him in the ball game. He actually is the big hitter, averages almost 7 yards a carry, has 296 yards and 1 touchdown, and his longest from scrimmage is 56. They give it to the fullback, and boy, Pearman just gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And Aaron Andrews, let's check with you.
Well, Ron, I'm here right now with the one and only Burt Reynolds, who took some time off from filming the remake of The Longest Yard to catch his favorite football team, the Florida State Seminoles. How's the movie going, Burt?
The movie's going really well. I never thought that I'd be remaking a film that I'd already done. I thought they might remake it, but I thought I would be pushing up daisies at the time. So I'm thrilled to death to be in a picture where I'm playing the world's oldest football player.
Well, thank goodness you're not, but I know that Adam Sandler is in the movie with you. What's it like watching him play the role that you once played?
Well, he's a lot funnier, but I'm tougher.
Now, the premiere of the original Longest Yard was here in Tallahassee at Florida Field. What kind of memories do you have of it back then?
All my memories of this place are only wonderful, the best. My heart is, it sounds so silly and like a bad greeting card, but it's just so full of good stuff.
Thank you very much for your time, Burt. Ron, back to you.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much. Burt, the world's oldest football player, huh? Swing pass, Johnson, and Michael is turned to flip, and he will take it to the 35-yard line. So for all the effort, it's only a gain of about 1.5 yards. Pat Watkins put the stop on him. How much they're going to change that thing up. I thought it was terribly entertaining and funny the first time it came out.
Very good. Burt Reynolds, great acting.
Heath Miller, good look at him. 3rd down. They need to take it out to the 47-yard line. Pressure from the outside. Hagan's look at all the jerseys and Florida State colors coming after him, and he gets covered up. Sims is the man who got to him first. There were 4 people in pursuit, all running just as fast as the quarterback. That's incredible.
Kevin Steele talked about Ernie Sims. He said if there's a better athlete at linebacker, I haven't seen him.
Well, you talked about Marcus thinking that there were more than 11 men on the field for the Seminoles. I guarantee on that play he did. He just did everything that he could. Good high hanging spiral. And Reed will return it from the 24. Finally going to be hit and knocked down just across the 40-yard line. That's a kick of 45 yards, and he gets 15 on the return. Take a break. 22-3, Noles.
I'll reach over and click up that toggle. The only place in the world everything goes my way.
Introducing the new SLK 350. Take it for a test drive today at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Is it true your zesty chicken border bowl isn't made until I order it?
Yep.
Sounds tasty.
I'll have a zesty chicken border bowl. A zesty chicken.
Take two. Sorry.
Taco Bell's Zesty Chicken Border Bowl. Grilled all-white meat chicken, hot steaming rice, crisp lettuce, and fiesta salsa. Made right when you order it. For a freshly prepared meal, think outside the bun. Spice up the night. Open till midnight or later.
They set up in the eye on this, the last play of the game. And here's the snap. Hand off to the tailback. Peterson tries the right side. Wow, what a hit. But he stays on his feet, and he's broken to the outside, and it's wide open. Touchdown. Give him a touchdown.
ESPN's College Football Saturday Primetime. Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Located on the web at MBUSA.com. And Taco Bell, home of the Big Bell Value Menu.
Mike Gottfried, I want to take time to say something to a teammate, so to speak, of ours. Video engineer Al Taylor suffered a heart attack here at the stadium yesterday as the crew was beginning their setup. And he is in intensive care tonight here in the hospital in Tallahassee. And I know that all the crew is thinking about him. Al, we send along our best. He is still in intensive care, but we have every feeling that he is going to wind up A-OK. His family is down here from Pittsburgh as you watch that pass go awry. And also want to say one thing about the people here in Leon County and also at this university. The emergency people were so on top of everything. They were there at just the flash of an eye. They were there. They got their work taken care of. They were absolutely wonderful. And I know everybody on this crew sends out a thanks to them because of their efficiency and also the quick thinking of some of our other crew members that Al he's in intensive care, but he's still with us.
Our prayers are with him.
Exactly. Sexton's pass right over the middle. Got that one complete to Caponzo Thorpe. That's good for 13 yards.
Caponzo Thorpe had an ankle injury against Syracuse. You see him limping a little bit. Comes open, steps back, had the first down, backed off a little bit, trying to get free.
You know, Mike, he broke a leg, and you know, he's had leg problems, yet he's never been 100% really since then, has he?
Yeah, as a junior, he had 51 catches.
Leon Washington hits for the short side of the field. That is a nice open field stop by Schmidt to keep him not only from the first down, but he also dropped him for a loss. Well, the last 2 years, 2003, shattered his right leg. September, November, led team in receiving, and on the 15th broke his leg against NC State. And this year leads the team in receptions and yards, but he still seems to be maybe just a half step behind what he was.
Plus, they're taking away the long pass on him. They're rolling to the Z receiver, which is Thorpe.
End over end on this kick. Going to be gathered in at the 16 by Pearman. Tackle was missed. And then he's going to be stopped just short of the 30-yard line. 36 on the kick and 14 on the return. We'll be right back.
More flavor and less carbs. Introducing Bacardi Silver Low Carb Black Cherry Premium Malt Beverage. 2.6 grams of carbs and 96 calories never tasted so good. Bacardi Silver. Flavor your night.
I'm calling out to the 20 million, loud and proud, strong, mean, and long. November 2nd, stand up and be heard. I don't care who you vote for, just vote. Have it your way. Vote November 2nd.
The best new drama on TV is ABC's Lost.
We got a problem.
They survived the crash.
Get off.
But can they survive each other?
We're all in a lot of trouble.
An all-new Lost. Wednesday, 8/7 Central. Only on ABC.
On the next I Do Anything, 100-mile-an-hour heat is unleashed.
Cue and curl.
Strip and slide down the ice. And chasing tennis balls with nothing but net. I Do Anything, presented by Sony, Tuesday at 10 p.m. on
The new BMW 6 Series.
Capital Eurocars, 3963 West Tennessee Street, Tallahassee.
The brand new Don Veller Seminole Golf Course is back in the game and better than ever. Come play our new layout, a dazzling par 73 featuring brand new Tiff Eagle greens, spectacular bunkers, and a brand new 14th hole you've got to see to believe. Get in the swing and come play at the home of the Seminoles. The newly renovated Don Veller Seminole Golf Course is now open. Call 644-2582 and make your reservations today.
Some of the sights and sounds of the early part of this ball game as the crowd is really coming to life here. Hagen's right over the middle. That ball was tipped and went harmlessly right across the middle.
That's what's happening in the middle of the defense. They're getting their hands up and tipping the football. Marcus Hagens.
That's what. You know, that ball hit Llewellyn in the head.
He couldn't get his arms up. His head was up.
Oh, my. A little surprise for Andre. Freshman out of Cartersville, Georgia. This ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's caught by Elton Brown, the guard. And let's check back with Reese Davis. Reese.
All right, Ron, in the SEC, Vaught Hemingway Stadium tonight, Tennessee and Ole Miss. David Cutcliffe facing his old boss and buddy Phil Fulmer, and Gerald Riggs just doing mean things to the Rebels. Taking it into the house. Vols rolling early, 14-0 on ESPN2.
Okay, Reese, interesting spectacle at that ball game tonight. Both of the Manning brothers are there as far as those involved in pro football. I don't know if Archie and Olivia, mom and dad, are there or not, or Cooper, but you take a look at Elton Brown as he's being helped off the field. Good look at Elton's mom, who was in the stands.
2 tip balls on the last 2 plays.
Third down, they need to take it out to the 40-yard line. Hagen's going to try to run again. Now going to man open and gets it to Heath Miller. And his tight end is going to take it across midfield. And they'll spot him down at the 47-yard line after gaining 26. McFadden finally put a stop on him.
Heath Miller flexed out to the right. Marcus Hagens, again, the ability to keep the play alive. Drops back, scoots up, starts to move to the right, hits Miller.
Pressure on this play right here. That pass goes to Lundy, and Lundy is knocked out of bounds after short yardage. Marcelo Church, who is a reserve linebacker, comes over to put the stop on him. Elton Brown being checked over by the training staff at UVA. Weird situation. Ball batted right back to him, so he becomes a ball carrier all of a sudden. Yeah, and he winds up with an injury. Hope it is not serious, because he's outstanding. Lundy got by 1 tackler, but not the second. He was stopped by McGrew, number 44.
Back up, middle linebacker to Buster Davis. So not only playing a lot of defensive linemen, a lot of linebackers. Kevin Steele has really added a lot to this defense.
Well, I mentioned Church just a moment ago. He's a backup to A.J. Nicholson. So they're playing substitutes in every position that they can. And again, one of the reasons that the Seminoles a lot of times just continue, it's like they re-up every year on defense. That run just now by Lundy, 6 yards. That's the longest run from scrimmage tonight.
Mickey Andrews' defense has shut down the running game. 275, the average Virginia coming in here.
They got 18 tonight. 3rd down and inches. Good look at Mickey. I'll be darned, and Lundy got free into the secondary, and he lost his own footing there. He's not real happy with himself because he had more yardage to come, but still he'll move the chains. Look at Heath Miller with the block.
Yeah, he pulled, got upfield on Florida State, got upfield, hit the draw.
Elton Brown not back in the ballgame. They continue to attend to him on the bench. Higgins dropped the ball for a moment, then got right back on it, and it's McGrew. 3 times that they've sacked the quarterback tonight. Reese Davis.
Ron, the nation's longest winning streak at 16. A 20-game WAC winning streak in jeopardy for Boise State against Tulsa. James Killian finds Corey Hathaway. You know, you used to walk into Skelly Stadium and roll your hat out and keep your streak alive. Tulsa's up by 7 late.
Wow. So the Tulsa Golden Hurricane trying to put an end to that streak by Boise. Lundy and Pierman in the backfield on the 2nd down and long. Higgins right over the middle, and the ball is knocked away. Miller, the intended receiver. It looked like Watkins, who got up there very high to knock it away.
Yeah. Watkins is a very good safety with good size. Good coverage against Heath Miller. Leads Florida State with 3 interceptions. Watkins.
Now Watkins playing cheerleader, asking the crowd to get up, make some noise. 3rd down. They're going to take it all the way to the 18-yard line. Higgins steps up, drills this one way too tall. It'll be 4th down UVA. McGrew was the intended receiver.
Good coverage by Florida State. No one open.
Sean Johnson, 4 punches. He's averaging 41 a try. Had 1 blocked early tonight for safety. Willie Reed is the deep man for Florida State. And the Seminoles with the return on. This is a knuckler. Very high. Called for a fair catch and made it at the 11-yard line. We'll get a full ESPN HD schedule, or to learn about high definition and the launch of ESPN2 HD by going to ESPN.com and searching HD. Well, tomorrow, NFL Countdown, 11 a.m. Eastern, NFL Primetime, 7:30 Eastern, and the Minnesota Vikings against the New Orleans Saints, 8:30 Eastern Time. All in ESPN HD. Now Leon Washington comes to the bench, and Booker is in the backfield. And Booker trying to dance away from defenders, gets by a couple. and then is going to be knocked down by Schmidt. Aaron Andrews, what do you have?
Well, Ron, as we take a look at Wyatt Sexton on the field, you know, he's been around this Florida State program since he was born. It was second nature for him to be running around on FSU's practice field. He told me yesterday he has great memories. When he was 11 years old, he used to wrestle with former Florida State star Warwick Dunn. He's also kept in great contact with former Florida State quarterback Chris Wanke, who actually called him when he got the starting position, told him to keep his head up, keep grounded, and he'll do just fine. Ron?
Okay, Heron. Well, he is doing well, and his head coach said to us yesterday, he's not only doing well, he's doing better than I ever expected that he would. And then Coach Bowden added a stamp of approval by saying, plus the fact he's learning more each week that he plays. He's coming along quickly.
Plus, I like his poise. He stays poised. He doesn't get rattled. Hasn't made a mistake tonight.
High formation this time on the 3rd down and 5. And Leon Washington with the ball, blocker in front. Second effort, and with the second effort, he may have the first down. In fact, you can see where that linesman is coming in and puts down that right foot. Weeks and Brooks combining on the tackle for Virginia. Yeah, he's going to have it.
Good hard running by Leon Washington. Goes back again to Virginia. Came in here tonight. This crowd's been a big part of this game. But the defense of Florida State, Wyatt Sexton, difference.
Sexton right over the middle, drills that one, and again that is dropped. That's Reed who dropped the ball. He has had about 3 dropped by running backs tonight as well.
And Reed was going to run before he caught that football.
Rushing yards, 2003 meeting.
Yeah, and they couldn't run the ball last year. Florida State ran it last year. Same thing tonight.
15 total yards. Blitz coming right up the middle. Sexton delivers it. Chris Davis. And Davis hit with a head-high tackle, gain of 24 before Marcus Hamilton made the stop on him. And Chris Davis is one of those receivers, another in a long list that the coaches say we're just waiting for him to step up and then explode. They think he can really be a great one.
I've coached against these guys, Florida State. I've seen a lot of games down here. This offense tonight is reminiscent of the old days when they took the football and receivers became a big part of the game.
Mike, it makes such a difference when you have consistency at quarterback and don't turn the ball over. Washington running with a head of steam, runs into his own guy, and then is going to pick up 6 more yards. Gain of 16 on the play. B.J. Dean with a good block.
When I look at this offensive football team, they're a different team than they were before. Wyatt Sexton has emerged because now they got the passing game and the running game.
So that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a timeout. 22-3. Seminoles dominating. We'll be right back.
Later on SportsCenter, the surprises and disappointments from a huge day of college football. Was Vintage Rocket enough to fuel a crucial Game 3 win? And does a secret reporting link Barry Bonds to steroid use? SportsCenter after the game.
Monday Night Countdown, presented by UPS, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
Introducing the new SLK 350. See it in 360 degrees yourself at your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer.
I like steak and chicken. I like the grilled shrimp, please. I like skillet sensations.
You're back at Applebee's.
Eating good in
in the neighborhood.
Apparently, somebody was up late last night. Make that somebody's. And that's okay. Because if you work hard, you play hard. Right? Right. Just don't look in the mirror. Unless you're using Nivea for Men Revitalizing Lotion Q10. Q10 replenishes the coenzymes that your skin loses over time. So your skin feels healthy, firm, and fit. Even when you don't. Nivea for Men Revitalizing Lotion Q10. More evolved skincare.
This is Betty. Betty knows flowers. And Betty knows that FTD helps keep her business flowing. Betty doesn't know that the Sprint network connects FTD to 52,000 florists in 154 countries. Betty and florists around the world may never know about Sprint because their business is flowers. With Sprint, that business is global, connected, beautiful. Learn more at sprint.com.
At American Century Investments, our chief investment officers have an average of more than 20 years' experience in the financial industry. Does experience like this matter? It does, if you care about results.
Before investing, carefully read the fund's prospectus. It contains investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and other information which should be considered before investing. Contact us or your investment professional for a prospectus.
American Century Investments. Genuine results.
Well, as you look across the way and we head to the fourth quarter, Marcus Hagan, the outstanding quarterback for the Virginia Cavaliers, on the bench, and we think he sustained an injury. In fact, the young man is very upset on the far sideline, being consoled by his coaches and also the training staff. We think that is when it happened. But he was sitting there a moment ago and unable to keep the tears from coming into his eyes. He took a pretty good shot on that last one. Pass right over the middle, got it complete. That's Reed, good for 35 yards, and it's going to be first and goal for the Seminoles.
The opponents of Florida State seeing the emerging of a quarterback tonight.
Mike, I guarantee you, the staff at Miami, if they're watching tonight, they're sitting there saying, whoop, I'm really glad we played these guys early.
First game.
This is a new machine here. First and goal from the 4. Booker gets the pitch. The blockers in front, but a nice job defensively by Virginia. Weeks will finally force him out of bounds. Good look at Chris Ricks on the sideline. I'll tell you the way this youngster's playing. I know that Chris is still nicked just a little bit, and I think you'll see him in a reserve duty from time to time just to make sure that he stays fresh. But I don't think he's not going to be the regular anymore. That's just the way it is.
Get that. But he was a wide receiver, I believe, in high school, so he may be able to help there too. But you always need 2 quarterbacks. One play away from going to the second.
Leon Washington checks in for the Seminoles at tailback. And they'll pitch it to him. Going to turn the corner, puts a head down. Did he get it over the cone? Nope. Yeah, they say touchdown. James Coleman with a good block on the play.
Toss sweep. Leon Washington's going to stretch that football. Touchdown. Good effort.
Bethea with the extra point attempt, and he knocks it home. Let's take a timeout. 14:30 left in our ball game, and the new score: the Seminoles continue them out, 29-3.
Jeep Liberty Renegade. With Command Track 4-wheel drive, a 3.7-liter PowerTech V6 engine, and legendary Jeep capability, it never backs down from a challenge. Now get $1,000 October bonus cash for a total cash allowance of $2,000 on Jeep Liberty, America's hottest 4x4s are at your Jeep dealer.
You can put a new twist in your toolbox for more torque in tight spaces, or add a gripping idea for flawless accuracy and finishes. You can find the latest, most breakthrough tool innovations only at the Home Depot, like the Ryobi One Plus system, the only customizable combo toolkit with a universal battery. More people update their toolboxes at America's largest toolbox, the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Trouble getting great HD programming into your HD TV? Well, Voom delivers. Voom, the only way to pump over 35 channels of high-definition movies, sports, and music into your home. Over 120 channels of great entertainment. And if you call now, you'll save $150 on standard installation. That's just $49, and you're hooked up. Call now to get what you love. Premium HD channels, over 20 Voom exclusive HD channels, as well as your favorite cable networks. Voom has the most HD anywhere, and for a limited time, it's $150 off standard installation. Just $49 to plug into the TV experience you've been waiting for. Voom HD TV delivered.
Marcus Higgins, the starting quarterback for the Virginia Cavaliers, on the bench, and it appears as though he's not going to come back. We've just been told that Christian Olsen, number 11, will be coming onto the field of play. But a physical ball game. It's been a tough ball game, but I think Florida State, Mike, took all these predictions to heart and said, that's not going to happen.
Complete team tonight. Good on offense, defense, special teams. Block punt.
Crowd is not real happy, but he did not bring the ball across the end zone line. And let's check with Aaron Andrews on the sideline.
Ron, an update for you. Christian Olsen, sophomore, coming in for Marcus Higgins at quarterback. A bruised left hip. Also an update from the sidelines. Al Groh chewing out his defense, telling them after this game they will all be trying out for their positions. Guys?
Well, that's... Al, he will not accept anything but 100% and perfection. And you could tell that there's some steam underneath that orange cap.
I'll tell you this, all the guys that start on defense, they'll earn their position back next week. They're pretty good defense.
Yeah,
They've been on the field a long time. Wide Sexton's picked them apart.
Going to go with the running play with Pierman and Reese Davis. Let's go back and check with you.
All right, Ron, we told you Boise State's winning streak, the longest in the nation, 16 straight, in jeopardy at Tulsa. And Quan Carter of the Broncos going in the waning moments to pull it even at 42. 46 seconds to go. Boise State and Tulsa locked up.
They saw that blue in the end zone. They're used to the blue field. They need to get to the end zone.
Christian Olsen, 6'3", 226, sophomore. Out of Wayne, New Jersey, and this is Pierman. He's going to have the first down as he's collared hard out of bounds, and now here comes a flag as Pat Watkins got bumped around by some of the Virginia players.
Should have been a flag on Pat Watkins. I believe he was out of bounds, and then he threw Pierman down.
Pierman, ball carrier, the stop was made by number 22, Pat Watkins.
I don't know about this.
Dead ball, personal foul, 22 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
After I had another chance to look at this, watch Pierman here. Watkins has got him, just finishes up the tackle, but he slams him to the ground. So
I think that's the reason for the flag. If he had just ridden him to the ground instead of the total takedown, then probably they would not have dropped the flag. So the penalty moves it first down out to the 47-yard line. Six penalties, 55 yards against the Seminoles tonight. Pierman again trying to string it out. can't turn the corner. A.J. Nicholson says, nope, you're not going to do this on us. And we close the book on Marcus Higgins tonight because I don't think we're going to see him anymore. His numbers on the evening, 20 of 30, 214, and had one interception. And that one was a tipped ball by a lineman. He just got terribly unlucky.
You know, the old show, This Is Your Life, it was run for your life tonight. Marcus Higgins under duress all night, tipped balls in the middle, tough night.
Short drop, pass thrown complete, and the tackle immediately made. Tonight's Game Track is brought to you by Pioneer. Higgins left the game, and we think this is the play that he injured his hip on. The youngster on the far sideline with his face in a towel. Washington adds to the lead as he touches the cone with the football. That's how we stand, 29-3. Michael Johnson comes in a tailback now for the Cavaliers. Olsen with a short drop. Now looking, gets this one away, and he'll have the first down to Miller. Miller did a great job of just setting up, put up his tent right there at the first down line, made the catch.
That's good. Uses his body.
Tell you what, he is such a good-looking athlete, Mike. He's going to play for a long time in the next level and help somebody tremendously. Really a good athlete. And his attitude, he just, you know, keeps on coming at you. Gets up and goes back. He never shows really any emotion at all.
Al Groves said a humble guy that's hard-working.
He's got a season high tonight. 9 catches, 110 yards. You know, Clifton Dixon came across and made contact.
Good ball, offside with contact, 97 to the defense, 5 yards.
You know, Mike, it's interesting to note also with Higgins going to the bench with a hip injury. Elton Brown has not come back onto the field since that ball was tipped back to him. He became a ball carrier and he injured a leg. And there's a look at the big guy. Senior, 6'6", 338 pounds. Highly thought of by the pro scouts. Boy, nothing doing. Michael Johnson going to be knocked down for a loss. And this defense by Florida State is kind of like sharks in the water, and they got a little blood.
And Mickey Andrews, Kevin Steele, the entire coaching staff have won the battle at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go.
Bobby Bowden was quoted earlier this week. Said it's not coaches speak. It sounds like an oversimplification. But whoever wins this ball game is going to win the line of scrimmage. And he's being proved totally right here tonight. Sack number 4, Ernie Sims. He doesn't have a lot of regard for his body. He just comes flying.
And he likes to make those kind of tackles. Third in tackles, third fastest guy on this football team with speed. You got all the speed on the team. A linebacker, the third fastest guy.
Kristen Olsen never saw him.
Never was blocked.
Third down, they need to take it all the way to the 32.5-yard line. Screen back into the boundary. Johnson has a blocker in front. He didn't help out very much, but the play will make it to the 44-yard line.
They're all over. Florida State's defense so quick. Ernie Sims, a great night.
Well, you can hear the respect for this defense, and a lot of fans for Ernie Sims. They really enjoy watching him play the game. So do his coaches, but not opposing coaches. Trying to Kick this one into the corner, and he knocked it too far into the end zone. And there is a flag down. We have movement at the line of scrimmage.
Offside on Florida State. I believe they'll try to kick it again.
Travis Johnson. Well, he's the one that sent the text message to Rapunzel Thorpe and said, "Get it to." Make sure you get it to the big defensive tackle, Travis Johnson. Said, "I'm loading up my work pail. I'll bring it. You bring yours."
His favorite player was Deacon Jones.
That's right. You know what? I said you weren't even alive.
No.
But he said he had watched video of him time and again, and that Deacon was his guy, and that's who he loves to pattern himself after. Dominic Robinson, the beat man, to receive this punt. And this one.
They got it.
Yeah,
they got it.
Got it in the field of play. It would appear just short of the end zone line. Brandon Isaiah is the guy who got it.
They're giving the touchback.
Must have broken the plane then. So let's take a timeout. 9:55 left in our ball game. And as you look at it, yep, broke the plane to the end zone. That's the reason for the touchback.
The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, with an interior that's quieter than a Jaguar S-Type 3.0. It's worth a look. The off-road legend continues on-road. Now get $1,000 October bonus cash for a total cash allowance of $2,000 on Jeep Grand Cherokee. America's hottest 4x4s are at your Jeep dealer.
Yao Ming stars in the NBA's Tour of China. Rockets Kings live from Beijing tonight at midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific on ESPN.
The race is on! It's the Tallahassee Hyundai Race for the Record. We're out to sell 300 vehicles, and we'll do whatever it takes to win. Every reasonable offer will be accepted. All prices drastically reduced. And every new Hyundai comes with the Hyundai Advantage. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Get 0 down or rebates up to $4,000. The race is on! Rush to the Tallahassee Hyundai Race for the Record.
Bill's Bookstore, not just any old bookstore. What a Seminole looks for. Bill's Bookstore, where the Seminole fan and student body combined. There's one common denominator you're gonna find. Bill's Bookstore, not just any old bookstore. What a Seminole looks for. Bill's Bookstore.
ESPN's College Football Saturday Primetime. Brought to you by Jeep. Trail-rated capability. Only in a Jeep 4x4. And Bryant. When it comes to heating and cooling, Bryant does whatever it takes.
You know, Mike, 29-3 is our score. When you look at what this defense has done tonight, 4 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, and 1 block punt. The Seminoles got it started and got it done on the defensive side, and in the offense has just plugged in their expertise as Booker takes that one forward. And a late, no, that's not a flag, it's a headgear. Now here comes the flag.
Lorenzo Booker, the combination of Booker and Washington was too much for Virginia. Now you've got to credit the offensive line. Leon Washington, open again, power runner. But the offensive line for Florida State did a fine job blocking the defense of Virginia.
Foul. Number 44 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Parham, number 44, called for it.
And here's
caught him with that little slap.
I doubt that was worth it, but I have a feeling that Al Groh is going to make it really not worth it come this Monday. He just didn't abide to stuff like that. He won't put up with it, and this ball club will go back and they'll rework. Booker. Inside the 40, finally stopped at the 39. Reese Davis, let's go back to you.
All right, Ron, Boise State, under 2 minutes to go, scored a touchdown to pull even with Tulsa. Broncos get the ball back. Nation's longest winning streak on the line and on the foot of Tyler Jones. 46 yards out for the lead, ultimately the win, and he is true. 17 and counting. Boise State's winning streak is alive.
Boy, a few groans at Skelly Stadium there as that kick went through. 1st and 10, Florida State Seminoles. New line of scrimmage, the 39. Clock is moving, about to go into 9 minutes left to play in this one. Look like Alex Barron, the senior left tackle.
Start 7-0 the offense.
Ron, when you look at this, Washington had 15 carries. Did they take the short passes? Yes. Wyatt Sexton, good night. Forced the turnover, won that battle. Did they stop the run? A+. Right there, they stopped the run. I'd say.
Well, I think you're right. Some kind of grade there, teacher. This is Booker. Still on his feet, looking for a place to run. Stays on the field of play. Did not go out of bounds. Hamilton finally puts the stop. And let's update the rushing yardage in this one. Virginia now 14 and 149 for Florida State. Total yardage, the Seminoles now at 424. And total yardage for the Cavaliers, 245.
When you look at that, averaging Virginia 275 yards rushing coming in here tonight. 14 yards. And they earned those 14.
Well, they did. Booker again, big opening on the left side. Has 5, has 10, and he's off and running inside the 20-yard line. Tony Franklin stopped him after a gain of 22.
All right, the Virginia defense tired now and then. They've hit the draw with Leon Booker, or Lorenzo Booker, who everybody thought was going to Notre Dame. Surprised everybody, come to Florida State.
And Lorenzo was over 100, 118. And look at that average, 8.4 and a touchdown. And really a good 1-2 combination punch, because Leon Washington, the power runner, Booker, the slasher. Washington still on his feet. Turns the corner, puts a head down with the move, and he goes inside the 5. That'll be enough for the first down. How about that effort? Boy, did Carter, he just turned him completely around. Watch this, Mike.
That's the kind of night it's been. You got him stopped. Yes, you got him. Now you don't.
But I'll tell you, if he doesn't get hit by Weeks from behind, he was going to take that into the end zone. So his night, 16 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown. And Booker comes back into the lineup. The timeout called by Florida State, trying to stop that clock before they got a 5-yard delay penalty. 29-3. We'll be right back.
Later on SportsCenter, the surprises and disappointments from a huge day of college football. Was vintage rocket enough to fuel a crucial Game 3 win? And does a secret recording link Barry Bonds to steroid use? SportsCenter after the game.
You know college football? Prove it with ESPN and the Ultimate Road Game presented by the Jeep brand. Log on to ESPN.com/contest for a chance to win an all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, a trip to the BCS, plus hundreds of other prizes. College football begins Saturday starting at noon on ESPN.
Today,
We're doing self-portraits, but I want you to paint your soul to liberate your minds. Show me what's inside you. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about.
The restyled new 2005 Jeep Liberty. If it's in you, put it out there.
Whenever you need help with your heating, wherever you need it, your Bryant dealer will get it to you.
Found your paper in the driveway.
Whatever it takes. Through November, take advantage of special deals worth up to $1,000 on a high-efficiency system from Bryant. Just call your local Bryant dealer and they'll get it to you, whatever it takes.
Do you live it on the ground? Do you live it on the ground? Do you live it on the ground? Make your living in the air. Freestyle air. Make your living.
What will you do in the air? NBA Live 2005 with Freestyle Air. Rated E for everyone. EA Sports. It's in the game.
So a 26-point lead with just under 7 minutes to play in our ball game. Going to take a look at the top 10 here in just a moment of what happened today. Who's going to move and who's going to move in which direction? Booker on the sweep, cuts it back up the middle. Touchdown, his second of the night.
Tired defense.
Bayfield to attempt the extra point, trying to make it a 36-3 ball game. And he got it. Mike, let's take a look at the top 10. And my first observation is when you look at Auburn, who had such a fantastic game today, and Florida State here tonight. And Florida State's got a little bit of room to move. Auburn's got no place they can go because of what happened in front of them.
Wisconsin's going to come up there. Purdue, I don't think they should drop out of the top 10. Utah struggling tonight. 7-7, the last score I saw. They have a great chance. California with a big win against UCLA. So I think Florida State maybe goes to 5. Wisconsin comes in there at 6 or 7.
I've just been told that the Utah is now on top 10-7. Here's the schedule remaining for the Noles. At Wake Forest, and trust me, that will not be easy. Never is. At Maryland, then Duke here, then at NC State, and in Florida on the 20th of November.
All games, they probably will be favored.
Brooks looking on from across the way, the outstanding linebacker. The Big E, Elton Brown, has not played since he was shaken up after receiving a pass. They've got some nicks, some bumps and bruises to go back home with. That's never fun, particularly when you get tagged with right now what is a 33-point loss should the game end within the next 60 seconds. Johnson and Pierman a backbeat. But I'll tell you, the great deterrent tonight to keeping him from having good returns. He has kicked virtually everything into the end zone, and they've not returned it. They will try on this one. Pierman, he gets tagged at the 15-yard line. So let's do a report card on Virginia, Mike Gottfried.
Ron couldn't run, so that's the first thing. Couldn't run here. Did they survive early? Block punt. They got off to a bad start here. Florida State, long TDs. They had some long passes. Didn't stop Leon and didn't stop Booker. All 4 of them.
Well, we understand that Chris Ricks is loosening up on the sidelines. There he is. So we expect him to come in the ball game, and I guess we could go ahead fairly shortly here and draw a line on Sexton in his evening. It has been outstanding, I can tell you that. Johnson dancing around, and he'll take it for what he can. Johnson's not really big enough to run tackle to tackle, not real often anyway. So let's close the book on several players. Lorenzo Booker, 123 yards, an average of over 8 per try, 2 touchdowns.
Career highs. 2 good backs. Difference.
But they really complement each other, man.
Yeah, they really do.
Olsen short with that pass to McGrew, incomplete. Tonight's key stat is brought to you by Burger King, having their way.
19 yards rushing allowed. I guess that's having your way.
Boy.
Wow. Averaging 275, get 19.
Florida State was favored in this ball game because it was here in Tallahassee, but only by a field goal. And not many people thought that they would win this convincingly, as Michael Johnson is tackled immediately after the catch at the 20-yard line. But Mike, those people that are left on the schedule that we just read off there just a moment ago, there's got to be a furrow in their brow thinking about, wow, why now? You know, we still haven't played them.
BCS Bowl still in reach.
Well, I don't think there's any question about that. If they continue to play this way, I mean, they're absolutely as good as anybody around. Dominic Robinson on the receiving end here. Nothing to the right. Tries the left. And Virginia will have none of it. Good job of coverage. Pushes him out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Let's go away for a moment. 5:08 left. 36-3 Noles.
Hey. What are you doing up? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't think this is mine, do you? It's Rick's. You know, he loves flavor. He's Mr. Cold Filtered. He's into smoothness. Okay, here's the thing. I have a chance to be really happy with my beer, and I'm taking it. I'm just a man.
Assurance in rain means Goodyear's deeply carved aqua chutes propel water away from your tread. Assurance on ice means Goodyear's interlocking treads deliver gripping power. Assurance on dry pavement means Goodyear's reinforced shoulders give you confident maneuvering. The revolutionary new Goodyear Assurance with triple tread technology for assurance in any weather on the wings of Goodyear.
Rush into KFC for a game bucket deal. 6 pieces of extra crispy chicken and 6 honey barbecue wings. Plus a free half-gallon Pepsi Mega Jug, all for just $9.99.
Still have time?
Yeah. Only in Capital USA.
Tuesday, the hunt is on. Van Helsing. Own the DVD Tuesday.
Number 16, Chris Ricks, trots onto the field, 6'4", 210 senior out of Hampton, Virginia. And the coaches wanting to, dust off some of the cobwebs, plus the fact being from the state of Virginia, I would imagine that has some bearing as you look at Wyatt Saxton on the sideline.
I'm sure he's going to hand off.
And new running back, that's Jamal Edwards, who was a freshman out of Greensboro, North Carolina. He has gotten some mop-up duty in the earlier games. Parham put a stop on him.
Chris Ricks has won a lot of games here at FSU. Now, again, he's got an ankle sprain. Wyatt Saxton is clearly the starter. Chris Ricks is the second quarterback.
Now Edwards comes to the sideline, and Lamar Lewis, who also is a freshman, he's out of Jacksonville. Number 30 comes in, and they give the ball to him. And he is greeted rather rudely, hit behind the line of scrimmage by Chris Johnson. Clock will run, and that's That is the object right here. They just want to run that clock down and head to the locker room with no more injuries. 20 of 26 on Sexton, 275 yards and a touchdown. And, of course, the 275 is a career high. No wonder he's smiling.
Yeah, why they're so tough to defend, though, because they got the running game with Washington and Booker. Wyatt Sexton now is on as a quarterback, and the wide receivers are open all night.
Rich, pass right over the middle. Complete to Root, his tight end, short of the first down. Bedison made the tackle. He is in replacing Ahmad Brooks. Boy, how tough a situation, though, Mike, when you've been the starting quarterback and all of a sudden you get an injury and a youngster comes in and not only replaces you but plays extremely well. And you put the coaches in a position where it's not a popularity thing. It doesn't mean they don't like you, but when someone else comes in and they produce so much better, as Sexton has done, that's the move that Florida State obviously has to take.
Now you got to be a team guy, Chris Ricks, and you got to help Wyatt Sexton. You got to help the rest of the team. You got to be ready to play. We're going to punt the football.
So they didn't pick it up, and they will punt it right back to the Cavaliers. Clock is at 3.5 minutes and running. Pearman, the deep man, and a single safety for UVA. Was a good driving spiral. Pearman's going to return it. Finds a small opening and then goes down just shy of the 30-yard line. Up next at Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt and Linda Cohn. Who's still perfect? Secret tape and night racing at Darlington. Next on Sports Center.
Cavaliers got to get ready for next week. Still have a very tough schedule left.
Yeah, we'll get that schedule up after this play right here, Mike, to show exactly what you're talking about. Olsen hands it off to Michael Johnson, and he gets cracked down at the line of scrimmage. Here's the remainder of that schedule. At Duke, then they're at home against Maryland, at home against Miami, then at Georgia Tech, at Virginia Tech to end the season.
Miami, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech.
Hey, those last two Techs are playing really well right now.
In Maryland.
Yeah.
And not a slouch.
Marcus Hagans standing with his teammates, hoping that this thing will kind of fast forward and they can get to the plane and head back home. Long night. If Johnson is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Aaron Andrews, let's get one more check with you down on the sideline.
Well, Ron, every season head coach Bobby Bowden gives his team a motto to live by. This year's was, it's time. He said he knows Florida State isn't getting all the respect that they used to. They haven't been in the national championship hunt. It's time to get their act together. Looks like they got the message loud and clear tonight, Ron.
I don't think there's any question, and that's a good point, Aaron. What happens when a ball club turns the corner like this? And all of a sudden you work and you hit on all cylinders. Man, it's fun to go to practice. Do you really look forward to that next opponent? And they hit on all cylinders tonight. I don't think there's any doubt. A pass completed. He's going to have the first down. Santee, the tight end, made the pickup on the catch. Bobby Bowden's got to be very, very pleased. But last week, he said he was as mad at this football team as he has ever been mad at a team since he's been here coaching. And then typically being right up front with his feelings, he said, then I got home and dadgummit, I saw how many other people got beat. I wasn't as mad at my guys.
No.
Dadgummit, I saw how many other people had lost. About to go under 1 minute to play. Here's Johnson again. Cuts it to the outside. And he'll run out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 1:07. Mike, where do you start when you go back to regroup? I mean, it's not just the running game, and that was the beginning of the end offensively tonight. But I mean, all of a sudden it just started to fail in all facets of the ball game.
Still, they're 5-0. Now they're 5-1. Still a good football team. Ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
Yeah,
a better team.
Wrong place,
on this
wrong
night.
time. Yeah, that's right. That's Santee in motion.
Talk about
almost intercepted, and that would have been a sure 6 for Leroy Smith. Take one more look at it, and Leroy,
he had it.
He's going to catch grief from his teammates a little bit anyway. I have a feeling that Coach Bowden is probably just as happy that he didn't catch it, because he's not here to rub it in on Al Groh. Too much respect between the two for each other.
Well, you talk about the problems for Virginia and Al Groh. It's the injuries that you have to worry about.
And to key people, I mean, you can't have Elton Brown sitting on the sideline. Boy, that play just kind of destroyed before it got started. I'm surprised they didn't stop it. There were people moving all over the place. There goes Big E. Elton Brown heading to the locker room. You can see limping just a bit. That is a huge human being at 6'6", 338 pounds. Sports Center coming up next. One of the comment on Elton is of all the guards that are coming out this year, that the pro scouts say that probably he will be the only guard who will be taken in the first round. They think that much of him.
Mel Kiper's got him rated high.
And for Mr. Higgins, you know, what do you do besides the injury between his ears? Because he is a good football player and a really good kid.
His stats weren't bad. He was running for his life.
He was all night. And I guarantee you made a believer out of him tonight when you start talking about. Al Groh said, in fact, on the phone call the other day, Mike, what he told you, he said team speed is the thing that is so glaring for as far as Virginia is concerned, and also Miami and Florida State.
He's closed it.
Yes.
He's closed the gap. But you saw great speed on defense by Florida State.
Illegal participation, 12 people on the defense. We have a personal foul for unnecessary roughness on the defense.
They could have called 12 men on defense all night.
Oh. Okay, let's wind that clock, get it started, and head home. I mean, Virginia, they're ready for it to end. The guys in garnet and gold are ready for it to end.
Florida State, I keep thinking about the players when they said, all of them said, hey, we got to gain their respect back.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about
a big point.
All the predictions that they heard on Thursday night, and they were angered by that. Well, this pass is complete at the 25-yard line.
Olsen, he's the one guy that wants to keep this game going. He'd like to get a touchdown. Pretty good performance by the backup quarterback.
Jonathan Stupper's the man who made the catch. He's a reserve tight end. Both universities getting in a lot of people here, some of whom I'm not sure we got all the numbers. Little counter play. And no place to hide from that defense. That could be the final play of the ball game as Jerome Carter comes in to corral him. So with the ball game tonight, Florida State 3-1. Virginia goes to 2-1. Al Al Grove comes across the field to shake hands with Bobby Bowden as the clock goes to double zeros. And our final score, Florida State 36 and Virginia 3. Coming up next on ESPN at SportsCenter and over on ESPN News, it's post-game extra and a press conference. For more, log on to ESPN.com, your home for college football on the internet. And now from Mike Gottfried, Aaron Andrews, and our entire crew, I'm Ron Franklin. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night, everybody.